Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the smooth surface caries, and this is our part 3 of dental caries. So please make sure to watch part 1 and part 2. So today we are going to learn about smooth surface caries in a detail. So let's start then. First is the clinical feature. So where it develops on proximal surfaces of the teeth. So you can see in this picture it is developed on the proximal surface of the teeth, and also gingival third of the buccal and the lingual surface. So you can see this is the gingival third. It is called as in cervical caries. So this cervical caries is another type of caries. It is nothing but a part of the smooth surface caries. It is preceded by formation of dental plaque. So initial reason or the etiology of formation of this smooth surface caries is the formation of dental plaque which get accumulated between the teeth. So you can see this is our teeth and there is plaque formation occurring between the teeth. So what happened, there is plaque formed and which lead to this progression of caries around both the side of the teeth. So usually in these two teeth are involved, proximal surface of both the teeth get destroyed. So you can see here. Now usually initiate just below the contact point. This is our teeth and this is our contact point. So they start below the contact point usually. Clinically initially as a faintly white opacity or yellow brown in color. So clinically when we see this kind of lesion, they usually look like a white opaque or yellow brown in color. So you can see white opaque or yellow brown in color. Adjacent enamel appears bluish white. So the area adjacent to it will appear bluish white, means they are also undergoing demineralization process, but still the caries has not progressed to them. So that's why they appear as bluish white in color. So next is you can see when we talk about the lesion. So this is a typical lesion, proximal lesion or the smooth surface lesion. These are the V-shaped notch on the proximal surface. Why we are calling it as V-shaped? Because it formed the V shape like this. Form the triangular lesion. So these are the V-shaped lesion that form a triangular lesion as well, and in which the base is toward the enamel. You can see this is our base of the triangle and it is toward the enamel, and this is our apex and this is toward the DEJ. So histopathologically we will again see this is the triangle. So you can see this is the base is toward the enamel surface and this is the apex is toward the DEJ. Even though they appear as a large cavitated area into the oral cavity, but within the dentine only small area of dentine is involved, and it is totally opposite of that of the Pitt and Fisher caries, because in Pitt and Fisher caries there is a small area of involvement of the enamel while there is a large area of involvement of the dentine. So you can see this is our lesion, this is our surface. So this is the base or surface, it is toward the enamel while this apex is toward the DEJ. So here the less amount of carious dentinal area or less carious involvement toward the DEJ is seen. So this is our histopathological finding. So when we talk about treatment, what will we do? We will going to prepare a cavity over that area and then we will fill it with suitable restorative material, that is our composite resins usually, because it is usually involve anterior teeth. So we will do composite resin restoration. So this was the part 3 of dental caries.